Having the right attic ventilation is one of the best ways to make sure your roof lasts its entire lifespan. By the end of this video, you'll know how attic ventilation works, why it's important, and the two types of attic ventilation systems, active and passive. Attics are ventilated by allowing for warm, older air to exit the roof and letting colder, fresh air come into the attic. This is very often done by placing intake vents near the bottom of the roof and exhaust vents near or at the top of the roof. As cold air comes in through the intake, the warm air will exit and establish the airflow needed to keep your attic properly ventilated. If your attic isn't ventilated enough or isn't ventilated in the right places, the sun beating down on your roof will produce a lot of heat. That will cause the air to become stale and warm, heating up the roof more than it should be and wearing out your roof's shingles. In the winter, without ventilation, the warm air from your home will get trapped towards the top of your roof, and that air will start to condense against the cold roof like it does on a cool glass of water. Having that condensation can create some serious water damage to your roof's decking and your roof's wooden frame. If that reason isn't enough for you, having the attic properly ventilated can help your home's energy efficiency as well, as it won't be heating up the space below it, and your air conditioning isn't going to have to work quite as hard. Active attic ventilation systems use some kind of mechanism, whether it's electricity or airflow, to actively pull stale air out of your roof. The most common kinds of vents used for this system are turbine vents or powered vents. Turbine vents use the wind or rising heat to suck the air out of the space below it. If the breeze is blowing at least a few miles an hour, it can spin pretty quickly and move out a lot of air. The vent can still move without wind, however, as the rising hot air will also cause it to slowly spin, forcing out some air. Powered vents are usually operated by wiring into your home's electricity or through an attached solar panel. Either way, they use that energy to run a fan located at the top of the attic, pulling air through the roof. Passive attic ventilation systems allow air to enter and exit your roof by just existing and letting the warmer air rise to the top of your roof to be replaced by the cooler air down below. Most intake vents are going to be passive as well and are usually either soffit vents or drip edge vents, both of which let air come in from the underside of the roof. There are also two major types of passive exhaust vents. These days, ridge vents are becoming more and more popular as they're a very low profile way to let air out of the roof. They're also effective. They let air directly out of the ridge of the roof, which is the highest point where the warmest air can collect. For homes that don't have a long enough ridge line to get the whole job done, a box vent might be a good option. They still attract a lot less attention than either of the active vents and can be placed in areas of your home that won't affect the look too much. Now that you've learned about the types of attic ventilation systems, I hope you're starting to feel more confident in taking the next steps in your roofing process. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.